Okay, we're here for the third place game of BRIT, and I'm just trying to get my seat as Vic is in my road here, but that's okay because he's doing he's a little larger than he was in his high school days, but that's okay. All right, so we're 6:33 in the first quarter. Campbell's got a 6-2 lead. We just had some technical issues and got set up a little late, so we'll get ready to set the lineups and everything for you. Joined by Devin Heroux, the senior watch here at Bedford Road, and Mr. Bedford Road himself. He's going to be doing the play-by-play, and I'll be doing the color, so I'll turn it over to Devin.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Bedford Road, this bronze medal game. We've got Lester B. Pearson with the ball right now. They're working it in their corner. Number 30, DJ Pert, working it up the court. Swings it out to number 23 for three. He missed that shot. Swings back, and back comes Steve Herbison. He threw that one away. Turnover. Calgary Lester B. Pearson Patriots will have the ball. They'll be inbounding it right now.
Little full court pressure and a turnover right away.
Number 8, Greg Finch, stops, drops, banged it off the glass, rebounded by the Calgary Patriots. They are at midcourt right now. Robbie Ciota, the slam dunk winner this year. Rejected, and back comes Steve Herbison.
Oh, a little show.
Flips it up. Out of bounds, Regina ball.
Tried to throw a little alley-oop pass there, and it looked like Kai Williams wasn't really ready for it. He forgot to jump. The alley was there, but the oop was missing.
Miss the hoop. Yeah, big crowds. They like to razzle-dazzle here tonight.
But really, the alley is nothing without the oop.
Exactly. Calgary Patriots working it around. They hold at center court, setting up what they're looking at. DJ Pert swinging into Sahota. He dropped that easy jumper.
He's got a real nice touch from the elbow there.
Absolutely. Steve Herbison driving in. DJ Pert rejected him under the basket. Back come the Patriots, number 10, Amar Dura. Swinging it over to Robbie Ciota. He's fouled on the play. That'll be a shooting foul.
We don't want it to get into the red. So Sahota's going to go to the line here, and he's got a real versatile game. He's able to hit from the elbow on that last one. This time takes it down low. Really, I think where he's been most effective is around the hoop, where he's been able to power it in for easy layups. Even though he can hit the outside jumper, I think that when Calgary's been winning and doing well, it's when he's been getting to the rim as opposed to settling for those jump shots.
Absolutely, and he sinks his first free-throw shot there. He'll try and dump the second one down. We're just underway here in the bronze medal game. Robbie Ciota missing that shot. Back comes Jamal Williams for Regina. They're on the fast break. Brother Kai Williams missing that easy layup, but he got his rebound, put it in. Campbell Tartans are up 8-7 early here in the first quarter of the bronze medal game. Foul on the floor. Foul called on Jamal Williams. That'll be his second personal foul early in the game.
That's a big foul. 2 fouls early in the first quarter, and that's going to change the tone. They're going to leave him out there.
Well, and Jamal is their key player, and he's the reason why they made it to the final last year or in the bronze medal game this year. Robbie Ciota dumping it off under the basket. Greg Finch rebounding for Regina. Jamal Williams pushing it up the floor. Swing pass into Steve Herbison is no good, but tipped out of bounds by the Calgary Patriots.
On that last defensive set there, we saw Jamal Williams, after he picked up the second foul, just standing there, unable to really challenge. Looks like he's going to have to play soft defense, and they're going to leave him out there, which is a dangerous move.
Tight reffing tonight, but Jamal jacked one from the perimeter, missing there. Rebounded by the Patriots. They're at midcourt. Working it around the perimeter, swinging it over to number 12, Riley Holmes. He dumps it off to Josh Minas. Minas looking, 15 on the shot clock. Inside, Robbie Ciota spins, gets a jumper, nice shot.
Yeah, really nice fadeaway jumper in the low post.
Jamal Williams swings it over to his brother Kai Williams. Two gifted basketball players. Number 8, Greg Finch, rejected, foul called. Jamal Williams will shoot 2.
Actually, I think the shooter's going to be number 8 there.
Greg Finch, pardon me.
Came off the dish from Williams, who's he can make. He's really actually a smooth basketball player for. He can play perimeter and inside. He's a big man, and he's surprisingly nimble and very skilled.
He misses a first shot. Doesn't mean anything if you can't hit from the free throw line.
This is true, unless you're Shaq.
Greg Finch knocking down the second, tying the game at 9. 3:50 here left in the bronze medal game. The Patriots threw it away. Jamal Williams from the perimeter.
Worst shot in basketball.
Oh, a long 2. I thought it was for 3.
Worst. His foot was on the line. It's a worst shot in basketball.
All right, back come the Patriots. Moving it around. They lost it. Out of bounds. Turnover. The Patriot player does not like that.
It looks like the pressure's really bothering LB Pearson. Even if when they get it across court, they're unable to really settle into their offense until they get it into the low post.
Absolutely. Kai Williams on the perimeter, swinging it down low. Jamal Williams shakes, waits, throws it inside, and it's turned over. Patriots pushing it up the floor. Number 10, Arar Dura. Inside Ciota, he's foul. It's on the floor. Is that Jamal again?
No, that's going to be on Finch, number 8. They got him on the push, and I think they're going to put Ciota on the line.
They're calling it on the floor.
That's surprising. It looked like he was going up for the shot, but that's why we're up here and not roughing the game.
Absolutely. Jamal Williams and Greg Finch both with 2 personal fouls. Coach is not going to be too excited about that as these guys are in their starters.
He's left them. Well, he's pulled Finch off the floor. He's leaving Williams in the game.
You got to leave him in the game.
I don't know. It's pretty early with 2 fouls.
Risky.
Especially with the lead. You might want to sit him down for a moment, see if you can withstand.
Robbie Ciota, the kiss off the glass, knocking down the jumper. Steve Herbison on the fast break, driving in. Ciota got up on the rim and took it away.
Big rejection.
Fast break. Lester B knocking in the jumper. Boy, what a great transition in the game.
But nobody's playing safety, and Kai
Williams just slammed it down. The capacity crowd here at Bedford Road loves it.
Well, that's just poor point guard play. The guard's got to play safety. You can't let a guy cherry pick down at half court like that.
Well, both teams play a really high pressure defense. High risk.
Another.
Kai Williams fouled. He'll shoot 2.
It's getting a little up and down here, the flow of the game. A little out of, I think, the way Campbell seems to be wanting to play.
Who's that favoring right now?
Well, I think Campbell's playing the full court press, so they're obviously wanting to create some up-tempo, and they've looked really good in the open court. Pearson, watching them in previous games as well as this one, I think they want to control the tempo. They want to get it to Ciota down low, and with Pert, he's one of their only guy who can really create. He's a slasher. Although Minhas can as well. I think they want to slash from the half court rather than the full court. So I think an up and down, out of control game really favors Campbell.
Absolutely. They're up 15-13 as Kai Williams knocks down both his jumper. Pert. Oh boy, was that a great looking play? Couldn't convert. Robbie Ciota. He had an easy lay-in. He missed it. Can't miss too many of those. Number 11, Andrew Giesbrick. He's stripped. And it's a game of turnovers right now. Lester B missing a shot. Back the other way. Again. Andrew Giesbrick missing an easy lay-in, but he's fouled on the play.
You know, in the semifinal game that LB Pearson played against Ross Shepherd got layup after layup, just throwing the ball over the top and breaking long against LB Pearson. And it looks like Campbell was watching that game for sure, because they've come up with exactly the same strategy. As soon as they get the ball off a rebound or a turnover, they're looking to bomb it down the floor to players that are releasing long, and they're just getting layup after layup. So Pearson's got to figure that out real quick, otherwise it's going to be the same result as it was this afternoon.
Well, Andrew Giesbrick here hits his first free throw. Well, you know, the coaches for the Campbell Tartans, Skip Campbell, Hal Herbison, Tyler Campbell, these guys are no strangers to BRIT. They made it all the way to the championship last year. They've got their team ready for this bronze medal game. And they're looking sharp off the bat. They're up 16-13 here against a good Leicester B team. Although Robbie Ciota has an answer of his own, hitting a long jumper.
That was about a 20-foot jumper from the top of the key. And looks like Jamal Williams answers back with a 3-ball of his own.
Jamal Williams, one of the most versatile players we have here at this tournament, getting it done everywhere on the court. Robbie Ciota.
Oops, he traveled. Yeah, you know, we have Williams and Sahota, both real versatile big men who can take it inside as well as outside. I think Williams is a little more polished in terms of his ball handling, but a real good matchup. Almost two players that really have similar skills.
Two alike. Here's Andrew Giesbrecht. He's surveying what's taking place. We're less than a minute in the first quarter of this bronze medal matchup. The Campbell Tartans and the Leicester B. Pearson Patriots. Jamal Williams at the top of the key, drives in. He beat his man, Ciota. He got the basket and the foul. We saw one of the matchups there. Just one by Jamal Williams.
Yeah, he gave a nice little pump fake, and he just hit that three, so Sahota had to respect it. Put the ball on the floor in his left hand and went hard to the rim. Finished with a nice left-handed hoop and got the foul.
Jamal Williams completes a three-point play. Campbell's up 22-15. 46 seconds, full court press. It works. Andrew Giesbrecht dropping it off to Steve Herbison. He was fouled by number 30, DJ Pert. A little extra enthusiasm after the play, slamming the ball down to the court.
I think Pert was frustrated there because he almost got a real clean block on Giesbrecht. Went up real high, thought he got all ball, and apparently got a little body in there as well. There was contact, though, so I think the official was right on top of it.
The players throughout this tournament have thought they've been right on every call. I don't know whether it's the refs making the right calls or the wrong calls or the players.
I think it's a little of both. There's been some inconsistency, but there's also been, no player ever thinks he commits a foul, right?
Backing over, Leicester B. Pearson making a lot of unforced errors here.
Yeah, they just can't handle the press.
They can't. And we're seeing the effects of that as they're turning the ball over. Jamal Williams rebounding it in at half court. Dropping it off to number 11, Andrew Giesbrecht. He beat his man. Kissed it off the glass. Got the roll. They're up by 10. Shot clock turned off. Last shot, Calgary Patriots.
Well, Sahota at the top of the elbow with that nice little drop step, and that's in and out, but that's his shot right there.
Absolutely. Kai Williams on the turnover. Oh, he got up, he got down, he couldn't get the shot off. Turned over, 9 seconds left.
You never want to leave your feet unless you know what you're doing with the ball. And that time, Kai kind of got caught in the middle of nowhere there.
Final seconds of the quarter, looking to set up the buzzer beater shot. Number 10 did a beautiful roll around. Whoa, Jamal Williams throwing that up and hitting the administrator, Bob Bevan of Bedford Road. But at first quarter time, Campbell looking good.
Yeah, in the semifinal matchup, Campbell had a real tough loss to Hansworth. You always wonder how they're going to come back. Obviously, it's disappointing to be in the bronze medal game, particularly since Campbell was in the final last year. But they've come out with a lot of energy and intensity. And conversely, Leicester B. Pearson in the semifinal really looked flat and dead to come out. They fell behind early, and at the end, they really, didn't play with a whole lot of effort down the stretch. And so, you kind of wondered how things were going to come out in this final with two teams. One team disappointed not to be in the final, and the other one that really kind of gave up. And it looks like Campbell was able to find something to play for here. And Pearson, while they're playing harder, they seem like they're working hard. They're not getting beat the way they were against Edmonton, but they haven't been able to solve the press, and they haven't been able to figure out how to stop the long passes over the top. So the effort looks good, which is a nice change from this afternoon, but they just can't figure out how to beat that press, and until they do, they're in trouble, particularly if they're not going to have anybody back.
Well, and I was going to ask you about it. Is there a bit of let up from a team that's just lost the game? Campbell, of course, had high expectations. They were favored to win this tournament. They don't make it to the BRIT final. A bit of let up if there's a question of that, they've definitely answered it in the first quarter with a 10-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to like the way Campbell's come out. This is a real character game, that third place game, especially with teams that expect to win a championship. And, to be honest, after watching LB Pearson play, I think Campbell is the more talented team. And so I think LB Pearson can play hard and still maybe not win the game. And it's good that they are playing hard. I think Campbell really has shown that they're here to play tonight, and it's going to be tough for LB Pearson to win this game.
Well, the nice thing about placing third is that you won your last game of a tournament.
That's true.
Andrew Giesbrecht now getting us started here nicely in the second quarter. Jamal Williams pumping one from way back. Just short. On the transition, Josh Minnes giving it off to DJ Pert. They work it back to each other, and Josh Minnes, sweet is right.
Little up and under.
Couldn't get it in. Jamal Williams, boy, he carries that ball a lot. Andrew Giesbrecht now surveying, swinging it off to Steve Hervison. Jamal Williams now looking to get it inside, gives it off to brother Kai. Andrew Giesbrecht looking, diving in there. And that's Remington Lenton Young under the basket, working for it. Can't get it. And DJ Pert brings it up. Surveys, looking, dropping it off to Josh Minnes. He's looking to get rid of it. Robbie Ciota giving it away. Turnover after turnover.
Here comes Kai Williams.
Kai Williams missing an easy lay-in. Boy, oh boy. Unforced errors and missed shots at both ends. And we've gone over 1 minute and 20 seconds without a basket. Pretty uncommon in high school basketball.
Well, it looks like they're going to try to get a good half-court look here, LB Pearson, but oops. Little travel action from
taking a
Dura.
little walk in the park there was number 10, Josh Minnes. He turns it over.
There was a big gap in the defense, and I think he tried to get there a little too quickly, forgot to put the ball on the ground.
Eyes went wide. He saw the hole and wanted to take it, but forgot about what he was doing. Andrew Giesbrecht now. He's on the right side of the court, surveying. Fans urging on the Campbell team from Saskatchewan. The fans have been behind this Campbell team all tournament long. I don't know if it's a big man that can slam the ball down that's got them on their side, or if it's...
they played Holy Cross early on, and among Saskatoon schools, Holy Cross is kind of the school you love to hate. And I think that they got behind the Campbell crowd, which is funny. Ironically, talking to some other people that are in the know about Saskatchewan basketball, Campbell is sort of that same team from Regina. So there's some irony in the fact that Campbell has become a crowd favorite here, and that at home in a Regina tournament, they in all likelihood would not be a crowd favorite anywhere but at their own building.
Absolutely. Andrew Giesbrecht now down in the right perimeter. Swings out, dumps it off to Jamal. He worked it inside. Remington Lenton Young, he went up, was rejected, but a foul called.
Yeah,
he'll shoot two here, sorry.
Remington's part of that all-name team that was announced on Global earlier this week. He's got a great handle, and he's one of the most impressive, I think, overall in the tournament. He's been as impressive or more impressive than Williams. He's been just overall solid player, great rebounding presence, good low post touch. He's been very, very good in this tournament so far.
And after watching all these games that Campbell has taken part in, one thing that's really impressed me about Remington is that a lot of bad calls have gone against him. He just plays the game and continues to work hard. And he's getting calls. He's growing as a player. And I guess if it doesn't hurt you, it only makes you stronger. And we're seeing that with Remington Lenton Young right now.
Yeah, and speaking of Williams and Remington, they're both involved in a turnover there. Williams trying to lead the break, led Remington a little too much, and it ended up out of bounds. So we're gonna have the Patriots throwing it in with 5:39 in the quarter and an 11-point deficit.
Now you're a former high school basketball player, playing 2 games in a day of intense basketball. Are any of these teams feeling fatigued right now?
No, I don't think so. Usually, you're tired between games, your body's sore and achy, but once you get through warm-ups, it disappears, especially with an energized crowd, a full building like this. These kids are young, and they're all in great shape. They bounce back. There's a few aches and pains. Down the stretch, if this gets to the fourth quarter, you might see it affect the jump shooters, the three-point shooters a little more. But right now in the first half, I wouldn't expect that it's really having much of an effect.
Absolutely. Well, we've just about gone 3 minutes here in the second quarter, and the Patriots still have nothing to show for their work, or lack thereof. DJ Pert, boy, the Pearson team does not look sharp right now. They're kind of just, somebody take it. Yeah. And DJ Pert took it, dropped it, and got a basket.
Well, and he had to recover that. It was tipped away, almost another turnover there, and Pert made a great play to save it and then take it down the middle and one of his little runner sort of lay-ins.
Absolutely, hit the floater. Steve Herbison works it back to Andrew Giesbrecht. 4:40 left here in the second quarter here at Bedford Road from BRIT. Andrew Giesbrecht going baseline, working it down. Remington Lenton Young was stripped by DJ Pert. Haven't seen a lot of this guy, but he's good. Number 23, Josh Minnes, hits a long three. They're right back in the game.
Yeah, Minhas he's kind of a streaky shooter. He's got that strange shot from the hip, and when it's going, it looks nice, but he doesn't have any consistency with it, so it's good to see it drop down for him, and maybe he can get another couple, but his game is really slashing to the hoop and taking it in.
Absolutely. Well, Greg Finch was just fouled at the top of the key. He'll be shooting 2. Foul called on number 22. That is Jared Emery. Haven't seen a lot of him during this tournament. Is the coach playing the bench because of the renowned BRIT Classic?
Well, Emery's actually started all the games. He's not much of a scorer. He's not much of an offensive threat, but he's a defender and he's kind of a role player. So he's not sort of a big name that you hear a lot, but he does get quite a few minutes on the court.
Absolutely. Greg Finch missed his first. He'll try and get points on the board for his team. Does. 7-point lead Campbell. 4:10 left here in the second quarter. Minnes, he's working. Boy, this full court press is tenacious. Look out. Robbie Ciota down at the feet, giving it off to Pert. Pert's double team there. Jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Lester B. Pearson.
And for as poorly as Pearson's played offensively, they're doing a great job on defense in the second quarter. Campbell's only got 27 points. Pearson's within 7. They got a real shot at this thing if they can drop a few shots and get into this. I mean, they've really done a good job, despite all the turnovers, of holding Campbell to really nothing in the quarter themselves.
Well, this is it. The closer this game stays down the stretch, I think it favors the Lester B. Pearson Patriots. Timeout called by the Patriots. Slow the game down a bit. I think they like the tempo to be slow.
Yeah, I think they want to break the press and then gather themselves, get some composure, get the ball in the hands of Minhas and Pert on the perimeter, get them slashing to the hoop, and then look inside to the big man. And if they can do that, they've got a much better chance than when they go all helter-skelter. And Campbell really, they've got to figure out what's working. If they can't get the transition game, they've got to be able to set up, get Williams in the high post, both Williams playing their post game, and get their cuts to the hoop. They really haven't done anything offensively in the second quarter.
Absolutely. Well, fans, at this time, we want to thank you for listening live via internet, wherever you are in our great country and across North America. Thanks for tuning in. A reminder, coming up next, we have the championship game, which offers great memories every year.
Just giving a shout out to Simon Hyatt from Shaw Cable doing the TV game.
Absolutely. I was speaking to Simon earlier. He's done his homework. He's got all his names down pat. Robbie Ciota in the paint, dropping it in. 27-22. Steve Herbison working it down low, dropping it off. Number 9 now, Eli Graybill. He's on the perimeter. Gets it off to John Bridge. Down low, Greg Finch can't hold on to it, but it went off a Patriot out of bounds. 14 left on the shot clock.
Campbell really needs a score here to get some momentum back. It seems it's all swing to LBP.
Jamal Williams shaking his defender, Robbie Ciota, but couldn't get the left-handed jumper to drop. That's number 23, Minnes running the floor, double teamed, and look, the full court press, hard, tenacious defense pays off again.
He left his feet again and had to throw it away. Had nowhere to go.
Stay planted. What goes up has to come down. These guys don't get it. Greg Finch inside for 2.
Great look by Williams. Jamal Williams with a nice inside feed.
Absolutely. Oh, Pert stumbling. Gave it off to number 10,
good cut.
Amar Dura. What a great pass inside to Robbie Ciota for 2. Number 9 now, that's Eli Graybill for the Campbell Tartans. Fans spurring on the Tartans. John Bridge down low, Greg Finch. He laid it in but couldn't get it to go. That's number 22.
He's got to be careful not to pick up his 3rd foul here.
Absolutely,
really
and he almost did there.
Yeah, he was playing real aggressive after he missed the easy layup and tried to trap the ball, and really a lot of contact there.
Well, you see it so often in high school sports where a player misses an easy shot, creates a turnover, and tries to make up for it.
Yep.
You know, a little bit of extra effort sometimes gets you a lot of places, sometimes causes you to get a foul. Now, Remington Lenton Young.
Another turnover on the full court press, and Williams is able to feed Remington for an easy deuce.
Absolutely. Now DJ Pert. TJ, the disco jockey, working his way in there. Oh, look at that beautiful drive. He shaked a couple defenders. Number 23, Josh Minnis, surprisingly good tonight.
And it's a 26-31 game now with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. They've really gotten right back in this.
He's done a great job of getting into the perimeter and getting easy lay-ins, high percentage shots. Now, that's Remington Lenton Young. Back to back inside the paint, lays it in. Now this is number 10, Amar Dura, giving it off to Jared Emery. He's outside taking a long shot, getting a 3-point play. They weren't sure if it was for 3, but it was. But guess what? John Bridge just answered with 3 of his own.
And really, this is the first I've seen of John Bridge in the tournament so far. I don't think he's played until...
No. Well, and what's funny about that is they had him listed in the program as number 6, so perhaps he just put on number 3 jersey, came in.
Maybe.
Robbie Ciota got his too. It's now 36-31 with 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Jamal Williams has done that pump fake, game in, game out, works inside, shakes Robbie Ciota and lays it in. A thing of beauty.
Through the paint.
Well, now Robbie Ciota coming back. Remington Lenton Young playing solid defense. At both ends, he is a great player. John Bridge, he came in, and Lester B. Pearson had 3 guys under the basket. No Campbell guys were there, and they smacked it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. With 20 seconds left, a 7-point game, Campbell's got a chance to maybe even take it to a 10-point spread going into halftime. And after LBP's worked so hard to get this deficit down to as much as 5, you know, it would be a real downer. But on the other hand, if the Patriots can get a stop here and get it in underneath, get a score of their own to 5, it'd be a real uplifting.
Shot clock off. Andrew Giesbrecht setting up the final shot. 7-point game. 10 seconds left. Andrew Giesbrecht still holds. Gives it off to Jamal Williams. You know he's going to shoot it. Shakes Robbie Ciota. And Ciota took a foul. You know, that is a great job by Jamal. Taking it to a hoop. With 1.1 seconds left, Robbie Ciota picks up a foul.
Well, you know, I got to wonder there, where's the help defense? You know, Sahoda's got him. It's obviously not his strength to play defense 22 feet from the hoop. He's doing a good job forcing him left. And how does Jamal Williams go 20 feet and there's no help defense in there, you know? Sahoda has to pick up a foul. And really, there should have been somebody stepping up into the lane so he didn't get all the way to the rim.
Well, and you got to know that guy's going to be the guy taking the shot. He made his first one. And nice and easy gets a second one. Looking for the slam dunk pass. Robbie Ciota threw up a prayer. And at halftime, it's a 9-point game. Pretty good game here for a bronze medal matchup. At halftime, 40-31. Anything to say?
Yeah, you know, after a slow start, Pearson did a great job of stopping the long transition pass, and that was what killed them in the semifinal. And that's was killing them early, and they've done a tremendous job of fixing that. And they've handled the press a little bit better, although they're still a little shaky at times. They've finally been able to find their rhythm offensively a little bit. They did a decent job for most of the second quarter, keeping Campbell from getting in an offensive groove, although at the end there they gave up a few baskets that I think that they'll wish they had back.
Yeah, so many of these games during the tournament have been won and lost at the end of the second quarter and the beginning of the third quarter. And I don't know if it's fatigue, lack of focus, but a lot of games during this break you're seeing lost in the last 2 minutes. Maybe it's not just the second quarter. Maybe it's the last 2 minutes of every quarter where teams are losing focus.
Well, yeah, and time management is a big thing for a lot of these kids. They think that there's not all that much time. In 3 seconds you can go from baseline to baseline, and so you have much more time than you think, so you don't have to rush things.
Absolutely. Well, we've got our halftime entertainment on the floor. I think that's a good time to take a timeout here. We'll be back with third and fourth quarter action live from BRIT 2005.
All right, we're back for the start of the second half here.
Absolutely. We're ready to go here once again at Bedford Road in Saskatoon. Welcome to all our listeners. To get things going, it'll be the captain, I would say, for this Campbell team, number 22, Jamal Williams. Giving it off to Andrew Giesbrecht.
It's 40-31. Campbell with a 9-point lead at the start of the quarter, so they get a chance to take an extended lead right away, and we're going to get a foul underneath as that's Kai Williams. Little drop step in the paint, and he was fouled on the shot, so he's going to go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, and you would have to think that Kai Williams will at least make one out of the two, if not both. He's been a great shooter throughout this tournament. And a uncharacter miss for Kai Williams.
Say that looked like something that he tried in the dunk contest. Nothing but rim.
Nothing but rim is right.
That was better.
Absolutely. Swishing it through the net. Back comes DJ Pert. He's having trouble. There's that full court press we were talking about. The Patriots bust out of it. Robbie Ciota mishandles down in the paint. Spins, fires, way off.
Yeah, that thing hit nothing but glass.
Nothing but rim, nothing but glass. And now Jamal Williams inside, just using his sheer strength, putting it down into the basket.
Yeah. Nice steal by Kai Williams on the press.
And Robbie Ciota is struggling right now.
Well, Pearson really can't afford to turn the ball over against this press like they did in the first quarter. They can't they can't take a slow start. They've got to get after it and figure this out right away.
Yeah, and Kai Williams got the knock off the basket and rolled it in. And right off the bat, they've taken a 14-point lead. DJ Pert, look at him go. Driving right through the middle of the key and laying it in for two. 12-point game. Steve Herbison, uncontested basket, and he blew it.
Yeah, he had a pylon defender and went right by him and blew the easy one.
Jared Emery down low into the paint, swings it back out. That's Josh Minnis for three. It was halfway in, halfway out, but doesn't count. Jamal Williams. I thought that was good defense, although Robbie Ciota's called on the foul.
And that's going to be 3 on Sahota, and it did look like he got all ball on that one as Williams drove the right baseline, and he went up, and it looked like Sahota got leather, but...
Check that. That's Robbie's second. They had misput up the scoreboard here. It's his second foul. He's looking all right for the foul situation. Jamal Williams misses the first one. Boy, with the clock stopped and free throws to be made, each team does not want to get these big misses.
Well, he made 1 for 2 there, so it's a 46-33 game.
13-point game. DJ Pert crosses center, driving in. He's making things happen right now.
That was a much more effective press break.
Holy man, DJ Pert, where'd this guy come from?
Well, he's been doing it all tournament.
Swings it out to Kai Williams. Andrew Giesbrook. Jamal Williams now spins. They're calling a weak foul.
Well, you know, on the other end, we had they have Robbie Sahota in the middle of the court now. They're trying to get the ball into the middle and then back out to the outside to break the full court press, and it's been effective as Pert was able to take it right to the rim. And now on the other end, it's a foul on the ground, and we're going to have Campbell inbounding underneath the rim.
They make
very
it
easily.
look
Wow.
so easy. Jamal Williams just plants himself under that basket and just nice finger roll, it's in. Now a bad
Pearson has
pass
the ball
by Jared Emery, and that's a turnover.
Well, I think the pass is good by Emery. It squirted right through Dura's hands. He's got to catch that ball, you know, and it's just Pearson they're getting close, and then they can't. Something happens, they lose their concentration, and bang, Campbell runs off 5-6 more points and gets a comfortable lead.
Absolutely. Andrew Giesbrook, right pass over to Steve Herbison, and he missed that shot. DJ Pert now running the floor. These past 2 times, he's made things happen. Minas from beyond the arc. Low percentage shots. They're not being made, and back comes Steve Herbison. Nice pass inside the paint to Andrew Giesbrook.
And Pearson's not getting back on defense again. Campbell's transition game is gearing up, and they're starting to get easy layups, just like in the first quarter. I don't know if they need to have Pearson start in the locker room and pretend that the game's already started, because it seems like they need a few minutes to sort of get things going.
Well, and Robbie Ciotta struggles continue as he misses an easy lay-in. Kai Williams looking, drops it off to brother Jamal. Inside pass, Steve Herbison. Boy, that was pretty. Remington Lenton Young working hard under the basket, scoring 2. And number 23, Josh Minas, having troubles turning it over.
Here comes Kai on a one-man fast break. Holy smokes.
Oh.
Pert went up to knock that ball down, but he's going to get called for a foul. He's giving up about 5 inches to Kai Williams, and Williams decided to make it a one-man break, a 1-on-3. Got past most of the defenders, went up, and Pert came and sent a message. Unfortunately, the ref sent a message too, and that was foul.
Absolutely.
Shooting 2.
Absolutely. Kai Williams' first shot is good.
It's an 18-point lead now, and it looks like Campbell is a comfortable lead as we get to the second half of the third quarter here.
I don't think we realize how good of team Handsworth Secondary Royals are beating off this Campbell team, because boy, oh boy, these past 2 Brits, they've been great. Robbie Ciotta laying it in for 2. Steve Herbison back, he put it in for 2. Uncontested baskets right now, and Kai Williams,
bad call on the over and back.
Questionable call.
We had a tip ball. Campbell's full court pressure got a tip ball, and Kai Williams looked like he got a turnover. They called him for a curious over and back, since he was not really over when he got possession of the ball.
But is that not the correct call? If the Campbell player touches it on the left side,
no, he's got to have possession.
Possession?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is a wrong call. Robbie Ciotta.
Well, you know, it's never a wrong call. The officials are always right. It's a call that we don't agree with.
That we don't agree with. Good call. Good call. Number 10, Amar Dura, inbounding it over to Jared Emery. DJ Pert now with the ball, working it over to Robbie Ciotta.
Yeah, I was going to say, they can't believe they didn't call that, but then they blew the whistle. His elbow was really hit hard on the jumper, and it looked like they were almost waiting to see if it went in, like you do on the playground.
Absolutely.
Which you don't like to see in a referee. I mean, if it's a foul, call it, which they did, but it was a little late in coming.
Well, I'm glad I don't have their job, because it's tough. There's things happening. Everybody's moving, and it's tough to make a call, but Robbie Ciotta got it, and he's shooting 2 from the line.
Plus, those tight referee shirts don't leave anything to the imagination.
They don't.
You got to stay in shape, and it's otherwise you're hanging out there in front of the world. So to speak.
It's a tough job. Steve Herbison now as Robbie Ciotta goes 1 for 2 from the line. If you're the Patriots, you need to stop now, not later. Jamal Williams now. Oh, look to pump it. dropped it off. Andrew Giesbert, Kai Williams, Steve Herbison. That's teamwork. That's a 3-point basket by Steve Herbison.
Herbison was on last year's All-Brit team, so you know he can play.
Coach's son, if I'm not mistaken, Hal Herbison. Taught him well.
Oh, nice tip.
Robbie Ciota, boy, he was flying from the free throw line.
And Sahota came flying in to tip it in.
Andrew Giesbert swinging it over to Herbison. Jamal Williams inside to Steve Herbison, just about from the same spot. Boy, these guys are feeling it right now.
Looked like a replay there for Herbison in the corner. Same spot, same shot, same result.
Robbie Ciota drops it off to DJ Pert. Over to Minas. Off to number 24 into the game, Joe Terrio. He took his first shot, coming in cold. That's Amar Dura now. He jumped, took the shot, he's off, and Steve Herbison rebounds. 5 points in the past 2 possessions and a rebound. I'd say that's pretty good for Steve Herbison.
Yeah, he's had a real nice run the last few minutes.
Getting it done for the Campbell Tartans right now. Their lead's 21. Bronze medal game is a bit of a rout right now. And Jamal Williams.
Nice shot that with his left hand.
Muscling that ball into the basket.
Nice little drop step into the lane.
This guy's good, and fans have been watching and following this guy. He's got his own little cheering section to our right in the crowd. They've been with him all weekend long. Menas dropping it off to Pert. Pert's making every basket look good right now, isn't he?
He sure is. He's a great athlete, great player. But there we go, Campbell. After the score, Campbell pushes it in transition. Pearson's not getting back, and Kai Williams gets an easy two.
Easy two.
It's the same theme, and Pearson just can't stop it. And perhaps it's just that Campbell's athletes and players are that much better.
They are definitely good.
So we've got a timeout now. LB Pearson wants to talk this thing over. And it seems to me that the Pearson's a little over their head. You know, they played really well in their first game, but once they get to the elite teams in this tournament, teams that like to run, teams that have skilled players at multiple positions, both inside and out, versatile players that can run the floor and press, they just don't have answers.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing some great teams here at BRIT. Over the years, we've had teams from New York that have wowed these crowds. And the Campbell team has done just an unbelievable showing here at BRIT the past 2 years, consistently being competitive in this tournament. The Patriots huddled around their coach at the bench right now. A lot of guys looking skyward, wondering what they have to do to beat this powerhouse Campbell team right now.
Well, and right now you've got Pert, who's an athlete that can play with anybody, and Sahota, who's definitely one of the best players here. But the rest of them are they're good players, but they're just not as athletic as the players they're playing against. I think that's really hurting them right now.
Well, in this full court press, I don't know if the coaches haven't caught on. Obviously they have, because it's pretty noticeable that these guys just keep pushing. You want to break that press by quick passes. They just haven't been on today. Now the Patriots working it down low to Robbie Ciota. He spins.
Nice.
That's the kind of baskets they have been looking for. Robbie Ciota inside the paint, spins, drops it.
Yeah, it was an excellent move down low.
Kai Williams to brother Jamal. Over, swinging it out to Steve Herbison. He's fouled on the play.
Yeah, they're going to get Dura for the reach there. And they're going to give him 2 shots, too, as Herbison was going up for the jumper on the baseline.
I thought the foul call was on the floor there. I don't know about you. He didn't look too prepared to shoot a basketball there.
Well,
but
continuation, you know.
I guess you got to be good to be lucky to be good, and you know who's shooting Steve Herbison. A great basketball player.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he was on the All-Star team at BRIT last year, and he's had a little bit more of a role player this year. He hasn't been as outstanding, but he's just been solid, contributed every single game, and he's over this third quarter, he's really dominated.
Absolutely. DJ Pert.
Boy.
Oh man, this guy is an athlete indeed. Missed the layup, but not an easy shot. And look at Jamal Williams. I mean, the guy is so quick on his feet.
Well, you know, he took it from half court all the way down, left-handed driving layup, and this guy can finish both hands. He's just a solid player.
Absolutely. Now
another turnover against a half court defense this time, and here comes Campbell now. Oh, nice little. That was number 3.
No.
Who is that?
That's John Bridge, number 3, and then Francois Vermeulen into the game.
A nice little two-man game, yeah.
Totally beating them down low. And number 10, Dura.
There's a another turnover.
Yeah. Turnover. After turnover, it's 71 for Campbell, 44 for Lester.
It looks like Campbell's getting their bench in. Jamal Williams and Herbison are the only starters in the game. We have number 9, number 3, and number 15 in the game. And I would get you their names, but I'd have to open my program.
Absolutely. John Bridge here, working inside. Oh, boy. I don't know. A questionable call there is... We're getting the foul now for number 10, Amar Dura. He's going to pick up his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, and that looked... Bridge went up with nowhere to go, and he kind of got caught in the air and kind of bailed out with a foul call there. He's going to go to the line for a pair.
Absolutely, and he drops the first one, extending the lead 72-44. Campbell running away with this bronze medal matchup. He missed his first. 3, 2, 1 left on the clock. They got to shoot it, and the Patriots don't. The buzzer sounds. And a bit of a mind lapse there as they didn't shoot it. With no time left on the clock. 3 quarters are in the book. 72-44. Campbell running away with this game.
Yeah, we're in the same situation as we were in that semifinal. We've got a lopsided score with a quarter to go. And now if you're Lester B. Pearson, you want to almost treat this like a practice. You haven't done very well against the press, so, work on beating that. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just try to get a full quarter's effort from your guys. Try to improve. So when you leave this tournament, you're a better team for the second half of your season.
Well, and that's just it. The teams playing here at BRIT are in front of 1,000+ crowds every game. There's major pressure on these guys to do well. And the competition is tougher than I would think a lot of their teams are playing in their respective cities. And, when you're getting beat 72-44, like you said, there's little things as a team you can work on that just build character down the road and make you that much better team.
Well, you hate to go for the moral victories, right? You hate that term character building because it means you're not going to win the game. But
absolutely.
You have to find something, and especially a tournament like this, it's not going to count in your league standings. You have goals, city championships, provincial championships, and you want to use this as a stepping stone to get better. So that's what Pearson really has to focus on. How can we use this game, the 4th quarter of this game, as a stepping stone to get better, to reach our goals?
Absolutely.
And, of course, it's always hard not to look at that scoreboard, but it looks like we're going to find out right away, as I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, it's good to be up in the booth with my history teacher. Mr. Hawley has taught me everything I know today about sports, which is very little. Here we are. Number 24, that was Joe Terrio.
Dropped a 3.
Was it a 3?
Oh, they only gave him 2.
Yeah.
I thought that was a 3-pointer.
He was on the line there. There you go, showing his sports expertise once again.
Well, when you get to my age, you can't see quite as clearly as you used to be able to.
Absolutely.
I've cracked 30 now.
Number 30, John Bridge. Way out. Hit the rim, short shot. Dura swinging it over. Number 13, Mark Watson's into the game. He jacked a long 3. Big lead pass from Jamal Williams to John Bridge.
Boy. I can't believe they called that.
Bit of a weak call there.
It's another length of the court pass, and Bridge, who stands about, 5'6", 5'7", maybe. Yeah. I know what they list him in the program, man.
You're exactly right. 5'6".
And he kind of got swallowed up by the Patriots, who made a good hustle play to get back, and they called a shooting foul. But he went to the line, makes his first shot.
Well, that foul was called on number 23, Josh Minnis. That's his third personal foul. And John Bridge made him paid right there. Number 21, Robbie Ciota. See that full court press. Jamal Williams just put up a wall and stopped them and rolled an easy layup in. There's this full court press again. 4 guys over the center line pressing this Pearson team.
Well, and you wonder at this point, with 6:46 to go in a 30-point lead, do you keep the press on?
Well, yeah.
Do you keep the press on? And from a sportsmanship standpoint, you wonder, when do you call off the dogs?
And I was just going to say, you hate to question coaches' sportsmanship, but it's the same idea in hockey. It's the same idea in football. It's 4th and 1. Do you go for it when you're up by 25 points? Or do you just kind of boot it away?
Yeah, on the other hand, though, I think if you're Pearson, it's almost good that they're pressing because, like we said, you can use this to learn. You're not going to get better against the press unless you play against it, so why not use this opportunity and forget about the scoreboard? But from a Campbell's point of view, you wonder, when do you back off?
Absolutely, and they're not backing off at all right now. 76-46, it's a 30-point game.
Although Jamal Williams is the only starter in the game. There's it's kind of Jamal and the 7 dwarfs out there, the 4 dwarfs.
4 dwarfs, absolutely. Does this speak to Campbell's depth right now as Jamal Williams looks, and gives it off to Eli Graybill?
Well, I would say it probably speaks more to garbage time than depth. I mean, these guys did make an appearance till they're up by 30. So I would say, with the exception of number 3, I can't remember this kid's name, John Bridge. The rest of the subs really haven't seen much floor time. So I would assume that this is more of a getting them a BRIT experience, which is great. I mean, you want everybody to play and get some minutes.
Absolutely.
But at some point, you figure Jamal Williams is going to step off the floor here.
Up comes Pearson, number 14, Kyle Winter into the game, drops it off. Robbie Ciota.
Nice shot.
Beautiful shot.
No, Ciota's got a nice, well-rounded game. He can drop that shot from 16, 17, 8 feet. That one was about a 17-footer.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle Winter posting up against Eli Graybill. Eli Graybill won that competition as he dumped it in for 2. This is Dura now. Blocking foul now called by the referees. Number 13, Jeff Burgess in. Fans saying, "We love you, Jamal," to our right.
Well, yeah. that signaled Jamal Williams' exit from the game. He's going to sit down, and it's going to be it's not going to be just another sub. He brought back another starter, number 8. Greg Finch is back in the lineup for Jamal Williams. So I guess Campbell wants to make sure they at least have one, unless maybe they don't have much big man depth. I mean, they've got one big man on the floor, and that's Finch right now.
Right. Minas now for the Pearson Patriots, working down low. And guess who that is? Robbie Ciota under the basket, laying it in for 2.
Well, we've got some time killing now. They're working it around. Campbell is on the right wing now, back up to Finch not Finch, that's Bridge at the top. Now down into 13 in the low blocks. He's going to try to challenge the big man, Sahota, and he's going to dribble it out of bounds.
Well, that was Jeff Burgess down low, and when you haven't seen much playing time, you don't know where you are on the court, and right there we just saw he stepped out of bounds, turns the ball over. Let's hope, for the Pearson's sake, they can make this game a little interesting. I mean, they're down by 28 right now, but let's make it respectable in a bronze medal game. You think in a bronze medal game, these teams would be evenly matched, right?
Well, sometimes the way the draw is concocted as well. And right now, I just think that the Campbell's got a superior team. There's no question. I think that Sahota's a very good player. Pert's a great player, but the rest of these guys are very good players. But like I said earlier, they just can't match the athleticism of Campbell.
Absolutely.
And that's just the difference.
We saw Josh Minnis just hit a jumper. They're down by 26 points right now. Eli Graybill swings it over to John Bridge, the little man with a big heart. Working it down low to Greg Finch, who hits the glass, kisses it in. Jeez, look at that. John Bridge is just all over. Tenacious D right now. Dura wondering what he has to do. He stop, drop, John Bridge is getting these guys off their game.
Yeah, he's been playing real hard in a substitute role. He's come in and a big three by number 9 there.
Eli Graybill
from the left wing. But yeah, John Bridge has played really aggressive and tenacious, and you got to love that from a guy who, sub off the bench. He's not sure how much time he's going to get, but he's making use of every single minute he gets. That's great.
Absolutely. Well, in this packed Bedford gym, there's no place to go, and we just saw that there as a couple of fans were ran over by a couple of players going for a ball close to the out of bounds. Great crowds all week. Great tournament, this BRIT Classic. And look at this. Robbie Ciota, the man who won the slam dunk competition, just slammed it down. The fans will cheer anytime they get up and hold on to that rim.
Well, he took it all the way from the left wing to the three-point line, dribbled into traffic and went up, and a real aggressive dunk. It was almost like all the frustration that he's probably felt over the last 2 games came out in that one dunk. Definitely, he's a quality player.
Absolutely. Well, we've got just over 3 minutes remaining. It's 83 points for the powerhouse Campbell Tartans over Lester B. Pearson with 54 points. Minas now from the perimeter. Wow, that was one unorthodox, for lack of a better word, shot.
That's Minhas, and we've been talking about that huck from his right hip, throughout the tournament. It's he fires that up and it's inconsistent, but when it goes, he can, because he shoots it from his hip, he's got a lot of range. I mean, he can really fire it from a long ways out, and that time it dropped in just a little bit too late.
Yeah, too little, too late. The story of tonight for these Patriots, 2:43 left. Patriots are going to be inbounding behind their basket. They're moving left to right on our radio dial right now. Dura carrying the ball up. It's things like that. He was dribbling up the court, no pressure, grabs the ball and loses his dribble. That's where that full court press can become very beneficial.
Sahota gets his own rebound there and puts it back in.
Great work by Robbie Ciota there. And who's that?
It's number 10, Jay
10.
Rendell.
Jay Rendell into the game, making a shot.
Yep.
Boy, this team is good. The Campbell Tartans from Regina not relinquishing anything here right now, as it's still a pretty good lead. 26 points with less than 2 remaining on the clock. Robbie Ciota looking, dumping it off to Dura. Down to Robbie Ciota again. He looked to bank one off the back, and that's DJ Pert. Back over to number 11. That's Eric Minas. Basket and the foul. Was that number 21, Robbie Ciota? I think you could take a good guess and say it was Robbie Ciota.
It was indeed. He got an interior pass, made a power move, and got the contact. Didn't bother him, and he laid it in. But and interesting. Jamal Williams has been subbed back into this game with 1:35 to go, and 85-61 lead. You wonder if they're pining to pad the score sheet a little, maybe to get him some All-Star votes. I don't know. I think he's already got a spot on that team.
So do I.
You question that. What happened? You'd hate to see an injury or something in a garbage time game.
Well, you say that. The host Bedford Road Redmen had a player go down this week. Their All-Star player in this tournament, with about a minute and a half left in the game, goes down.
And a blowout game.
Not a blowout,
but a 15-point spread.
15-point spread. Breaks his wrist. Breaks his arm. He's out for the season.
Yeah,
you gotta wonder. Jamal Williams back in the game. Coach must not like the 23-point game they have right now. Jamal Williams just went down as we speak about getting hurt.
Yeah, he took it from the top of the key and was tripped up and hit the ground pretty hard. He's up. He's okay, but you got to wonder, other than trying to make an All-Star team, like we said. But I think he's got that sewn up.
Absolutely.
The dominant player on the third place team, you'd think that he's doesn't have any trouble there, and a few extra points on the score sheet in garbage time certainly isn't going to make a difference there. I mean, you figure. I mean, I remember when I used to play. I used to be next to the coach, always put me back in, and it didn't matter what the score was. So maybe he's been doing that, and the coach figures it's grade 12 year, it's his last BRIT experience. Maybe he wants to go out on the floor which I can understand.
Never thought of that. Absolutely. Well, it's a 22-point game. And look at Jamal Williams just stole the ball and laid it in. It's now a 24-point game with 57 seconds left. DJ Pert, foul, reach and foul. That's number 10. Jay Rendell getting the foul call.
Well,
Stay
Jamal Williams
tuned.
is coming out again, so I guess he played 35 seconds and
35 seconds, 4 points. Very suspect coaching there.
Well, I wonder what the motivation was. That's all.
Yes.
It seems bizarre. Like if you're going to let him finish it off. You know, I've been in situations where,
DJ
with a long
Pert
three.
nailing a three.
But I've been in situations where, you want to play that final buzzer of a final game, provincial final or a city final or the last game of something in your career, a BRIT final. But he's not going to be out there for the final buzzer. So what was the point of that,
Oh, and
But who am I to question the wisdom of the Campbell Brain Trust?
Robbie Ciota just turned it over, and you can see the frustration on the faces of this Pearson team. There's 25 seconds left.
Well, you'd think that Campbell just be dribbling it out here. They're still in their offense, however. But I guess the guys from the bench, they want to get their stats. They want to get their...
Focused as ever.
Yeah.
Andrew
Giesbrecht is in the game still.
Looked like he rolled his ankle there a bit there.
I don't know. He just kind of walked away in disgust.
That's number 15, Francois Vermeulen, getting a basket. DJ Pert, 2-1. And at the end of the game, Amar Dura hits a three, making the final score. Campbell 90, Lester B. Pearson 70, a 20-point spread, showing the disparity between these two teams.
Yeah, it wasn't even really all that close. But, Campbell, a very strong team, and they played well. And, that's about all you can say, I guess.
That's about all you
for
can
Lester
say.
B. Pearson, go back to Calgary, and hopefully they can learn from this and get better and meet their goals in the city. So,
absolutely.
Good working with you, Devin. Fun calling the game with you.
It was great. Thank you so much. Bronze medal presentation being made. Fans, stay tuned. We got the championship game coming up from Bedford Road. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening.
We've got about 25 minutes to the final, and we'll pick it up right before tip-off.